A Letter to God by G. L. Fuentes is a heartfelt, charming story that shows just how deep and unwavering faith can be, even in the toughest times. Meet Lencho, a hardworking farmer living in a quaint village with his family. He eagerly awaits the rain to nourish his fields of corn, which are crucial for his family's survival. He watches the sky, hopeful as ever, and finally, dark clouds roll in. Rain starts to pour down, bringing immense joy and relief to Lencho and his family. They're thrilled as the rainwater starts soaking into the field, nurturing the tiny plants. But soon, that joy turns into horror as the rain becomes a vicious hailstorm. Huge hailstones fall from the sky, pounding the cornfield and destroying the plants in no time. Lencho and his family can only watch in despair as their hopes are crushed. Yet, Lencho doesn't give in to despair. He holds on to his firm belief that God will help them through this crisis. With simple faith and determination, Lencho decides to write a letter to God. He explains honestly about the storm and its devastation, asking God to send him 100 pesos so he can replant his crops and support his family. He walks to the village post office and sends off the letter, addressed simply to God. At the post office, the letter catches the eye of the postmaster. At first, he chuckles at the unusual recipient. But then, he feels a deep sympathy for Lencho's straightforward faith. Wanting to help, he shares the story with his colleagues and gathers contributions from everyone. They pool together their money, and although they can only collect 70 pesos, they hope it will help. The postmaster carefully places the money in an envelope, signs it with Lencho's name, and sends it off. When Lencho receives the envelope, he eagerly opens it, but his excitement quickly turns into frustration. Instead of the 100 pesos he asked for, there are only 70 pesos. Convinced that God could not have made a mistake, Lencho decides that the post office employees must have stolen the rest. Undeterred, Lencho writes another letter to God, thanking him for the initial help but insisting that he needs the remaining 30 pesos. He also asks God to ensure that the money won't be stolen by the crooked post office employees. The story ends with Lencho's unwavering faith in God still intact, yet it also subtly highlights the postmaster's kindness and Lencho's mistrust. This touching tale reminds us of the power of faith, the kindness of strangers, and sometimes the complexity of trust.